Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel, and hi if you're new, I'm Melissa and I make fashion, beauty, and lifestyle content here on this channel. So today we're going to be answering questions about me. I just pulled them off the internet. I found random ones, so if you want to ask me specific questions, leave them down below in the comment section and I'll pull from them for a later video. This is the makeup that I ended up with. I think it's super cute, so keep on watching if you want to see how I got this makeup look and to learn a little bit more about me. So I'm going to focus on the questions in this video, and I'm going to put the questions down below so you can see which ones I asked, and then I'll also put all the makeup that I used down below so you can just see the techniques that I'm doing on my face, but then we will just talk about me in this get to know me tag. So I am Melissa. I'm originally from Jupiter, Florida, and I have been in Orlando for a while now, and I'm actually moving to Jacksonville to start. It's so funny saying mid-foundation application, but I'm going to Jacksonville to start the next step in my career. I'm finishing out college because it was all online, so now we are moving in person. So I'm a full-time student, and I also work part-time for a marketing and web design company as a content creator. And the content I create basically is just for websites and stuff, not a ton of social media, but I do a little bit of social media. My favorite color has to be probably that millennial pink or any neutral color. I love whites, blacks, tans, all of those. My star sign is a Capricorn. So am I an earth sign? Is that what that is? My favorite music genre is probably hip hop and country. I grew up on both hip hop and country and also pop. So I love all of those. My favorite food is probably, I like Italian food and Chinese food, but I'm all over the place with my food and it always changes. PCOS cravings, am I right? My favorite holiday is hands down Christmas. I was born in January, so I'm definitely a Christmas baby. I just love everything about Christmas, everything about the holiday. I love getting advent calendars, counting down the days to Christmas. I love decorating my home, so it is definitely my favorite time of the year. My favorite sport to play, I'm assuming, is tennis. I love tennis. I think it's really fun. I'm not really good at it, but I still enjoy playing it. So I think I'm pretty talented academically. I excel in school and I do really good anything school-wise. Mine is presentations. I hate presentations. Those are like the bane of my existence. And also creative things I think I'm pretty good at. I wish I was talented at singing. I sound like a literal goat, but I wish, so wish I could sing. I am definitely super competitive. I make just regular tasks competitive for no reason. I just think it's fun. If I had to describe myself in a single sentence, I'd probably say I'm hardworking, kind, and loyal. So the best compliments I have ever received is probably when it comes to things that I'm working so hard for, like my degrees and my YouTube. It's just cool when you get a compliment for something that you don't usually get recognition for, the kind of like you're grinding in silence, you're doing a ton of work behind the scenes. And I don't really talk about my accomplishments a lot. I just kind of do things, and then I feel like when you don't talk about your accomplishments a lot, people don't think to compliment you as much just because like they don't know about it. But I just don't like to seem braggy or, you know. Definitely when somebody compliments my YouTube or anything regarding school, I love it. What are some of my bad habits? So I'm the absolute worst at putting things down after I pick them up. You know, there's that thing on TikTok going around right now where they're like, pick it up, put it away, pick it up, put it away. I'm so bad at putting things away immediately. I like to leave a huge mess at the end of the day for me to have to clean up, and that's why I'm constantly cleaning. Well, I don't like to do it, that's just what I do. So yeah, that is my worst habit, is not putting things away immediately. Favorite things about myself. Again, like I described myself earlier, I love how hardworking I am and dedicated and passionate. Like I can really get into something and just focus on it and get the job done. And I also love that I'm like goofy and silly. I feel like a lot of people are kind of afraid to just be a little bit silly sometimes. They're just everything has to be to the T and serious, and I mean, some things need to be serious, but I just like things to be a little bit more lighthearted and just fun. And I love that I'm super empathetic. I can really relate to people no matter what they're going through and kind of see things from their side. And yeah, that's probably one of my favorite things about myself. And honestly, fun fact, that's why I left psychology, is because I would just take everything home with me and it just wasn't healthy for me because I couldn't create that distance between me and other people's problems. It just was so hard. So that is why I left. I continued on in my degrees. So on top of my bucket list, I want to travel more. I feel like I haven't traveled a ton. Growing up, we didn't have a lot of money, so we didn't really do family vacations, and when I was old enough and working, I'm still in school, so I've been in school forever, so I haven't really traveled a ton. I've just been focused on getting a good career and doing something I love. So yeah, I definitely want to travel way more. So 3 of my long-term goals, I want to be, like I just said, in a career that I love, that's extremely important to me. I want a career that's like sustainable and that I can do forever, and just something that I like genuinely love. And I know that you have to kind of work your way to get there. You don't just always just plop into a job you love, because I've been in a ton of jobs that I've just hated. Definitely that is a long-term goal, being something I love. I want to be somewhere in the fashion space just because I love fashion so much, and I feel like I didn't know anything about fashion growing up, so now that I know a little bit more about it, it's just so fun to me. And then another long-term goal is I want to have babies and I want to own a house. 3 of my short-term goals, I just want to get through this degree. It is a hard one, to say the least. Very, very hard, but gotta do what you gotta do. I'm also, another short-term goal, I want to get my PCOS in check. I feel like it's a little bit wild. Like you guys know, I talk about it here on my channel. I'm very upfront with the fact that I suffer from fatigue and just a ton of different symptoms of PCOS that are so not fun to deal with. So I'm excited to handle those. So that is another short-term goal. And then the last one is to just keep making these YouTube videos and making them the best I can, just to kind of grow my audience. And I don't know, it's just kind of fun interacting with people here on YouTube and putting out content, and I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just so fun and cute to look back at. So yeah, my lips are struggling right now. They're so dry. But okay, my biggest accomplishment in life so far is hands down my master's degree. I'm the first one in my family to get a master's degree, and it was just a really huge deal for me. You just sacrifice so much going to college, and like so much financial sacrifices and time and friends and family, and yeah, it was probably my biggest sacrifice and my biggest accomplishment so far. So something that I look for in a partner is that they are super kind and super funny. I just prefer super funny people. I like to laugh and I like to have a good time, and I want somebody who's kind and understanding. And again, it comes back to the PCOS. It's hard to deal with, and I have my bad days, so it's nice when you have somebody in your corner who supports you and is super helpful and happy and easygoing when it comes to some of the obstacles that you run into having a hormonal disorder. I definitely look for somebody like that. And I also look for somebody hardworking as well. I like somebody who works just as hard as I do, and somebody who has like the same goals and visions for our life and what we want out of life. So yeah, that is what I look for. So the last book I read was probably my microbiome textbook. I haven't been doing much reading lately because I have had so much to do in school. My favorite fairy tale also is probably Cinderella. I just was obsessed with her since I was little, and I just love like the glow up story. I know there's some like outdated themes in Cinderella, but at the end of the day, I just think it's so cute. So my favorite subject in school, I don't know if they're talking about grade school or college, but my favorite subject has always been anything science related or health related. I loved all my psychology courses, so those were probably like my favorite to learn in was psychology, but I'm really enjoying all the nutrition subjects that I'm learning currently. So my favorite teacher was actually in college. His name was Dr. Kenneth Vihek. I had him for general psych, and he was just awesome. He had so much life advice. He was such a well-rounded person. He had done so much. He was just so talented and so smart, and so I loved him, and he was my favorite teacher. So the app that I use the most is probably Instagram. I'm not on social media a ton anymore. I've just been so busy that I don't really spend much time as I used to. I used to like look at every story, every post, but I really just haven't had the time. But I do spend the most time on Instagram if I'm on. All right, so we're gonna go through a fire round of questions. Tea or coffee? I am more of a coffee person, but both. How tall am I? I am 5'4". Cats or dogs? both again. My favorite animal, probably giraffes. I think they're cute. My favorite YouTubers, I'm kind of into old school YouTubers. I know it's kind of funny. I haven't really watched a ton of new stuff lately. I've been into Talk to You again. My favorite YouTuber, she's no longer on YouTube, I don't think. Her name's Deanna Barros. I just like loved her makeup style. It was very similar to mine at the time. So I'm sad she's not on YouTube anymore. But yeah, I've just been into like old school videos lately. Like going back and watching YouTubers' past videos. My favorite movie, probably Step Brothers. I could watch that at any time. But my other favorite movies are during Christmas time, like Elf and Miracle on 34th Street. And my favorite TV shows, I love anything hilarious. So I love The Office, I love Bob's Burgers, I loved Parks and Rec when I watched it. Anything silly. I can't watch anything stressful before I go to bed, and the only time I'll watch like Netflix or Hulu is before bed. I just, like I said, I internalize a lot of anxiety, so I cannot watch anything nerve-wracking. I'm not that girl who watches the murder mysteries before bed. I'm not her. Sorry for the change in camera angles. For some reason, the end of my video got cut off and I can't find the footage. So thankfully I started editing today so I could hop back on here and do an outro for you guys. But we are done with all of the questions for now. If you have any more questions for me, just leave them down below in the comment section. That way I can answer them in the next video. I hope you guys were able to learn a little bit more about me and connect with me a little bit more here on YouTube. And yeah, so definitely leave those questions for me so we can continue this video series. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.